Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? So I'm sure you've heard the news already. Ash has finally won a Pokemon League after all these years of painful losses at the end of each season. Alola finally broke the curse and Ash is officially a champion. But if you've ever followed other Pokemon animes to the end, you would know that Pokemon loves to make it feel like Ash is gonna win, but he never does. So even when everything was pointing towards Ash winning Alola, deep inside, none of us wanted to believe it because we knew that it was more than likely going to end in heartbreak. Case in point, Pokemon X and Y, where we finally get to see Ash get to a Pokemon League final, having his strongest team to date, having everything work out for him, all his moves. Everybody thought X and Y was going to be the generation he takes home the trophy. But we all knew how that ended, and people were actually angry at the writers for giving the audience so much hope when it wasn't necessary if it was going to end this way. It was Salt City to say the least at the end of that generation for the anime, so it was no wonder that people were apprehensive about the start of a completely new happy-go-lucky Ash that seems to have already forgotten what has got to be his biggest loss to date. But fast forward to today, with a champion's trophy in his hand, how did Ash finally arrive here? What did he do differently this time around that let him get the edge to finally win it all? Let's go through the final battle to see just exactly what he did to win the fight. So to recap up to now, in the first round he beat Faba from the Ether Foundation, in the second round he beat Hao, in the semifinals he beat Guzma, who is probably one of the top candidates to win it all. And finally, in the finals, Ash faces off against Gladion. The format is a 3 vs 3, one at a time. Win by eliminating all your opponent's Pokemon. Ash's roster consisted of Melmetal, Pikachu, and Lycanroc in its Dusk form, while Gladion's roster includes Silvally, Zoroark, and Lycanroc in its Midnight form. Gladion brings out Silvally first, while Ash starts with Melmetal. Meltan just evolved into Melmetal, so it doesn't really listen to Ash and heads into the battle first. Ash's strat is to spam double Iron Bash, while Silvally is trying to dodge and get some hits in. Melmetal gets off a flash cannon onto Silvally during an opening. Gladion changes his strat and goes for speedier moves by running in a zigzag pattern to get close. Melmetal then uses double Iron Bash again to try to counter, but it doesn't work and Silvally gets a hit off. Finally, Gladion changes Silvally to fighting type by inserting a different memory to get the type advantage against Melmetal, and eventually finishes him off. So the first battle, not too interesting. We see Gladion adapting to these circumstances more so than Ash when faced with challenges. And so Ash brings out Pikachu. Silvally is able to keep up with Pikachu's speed and dodges all his electro webs until Ash gets Pikachu to bounce off his own web to increase its speed even more and finishes off the battle-worn Silvally. Pretty easy match as Silvally was pretty much done from the previous fight. Gladion brings out Zoroark disguised as Lycanroc, which surprises Ash and Pikachu at first, until Pikachu lands an attack on him to reveal that it was Zoroark. Again, another nice move by Gladion. But as we will soon learn, the better trainer using all the right moves probably means he's gonna lose, as proven in X and Y. Gladion immediately uses a Z move with Zoroark. Pikachu tries to escape by running, but Ash tells him to stop and attacks it with his own Z move instead. Pikachu's Ultra Dash counters Zoroark's Call of the Endless Night, and both of them end up getting KO'd. So the two of them, having only one Pokemon left, brings out their respective Lycanrocs and begin the last battle. But before they do that, there is a short sequence between the two of them complimenting each other on the fight so far. The two of them end up laughing simply because they were having so much fun, and Ash says, "Psycho," or "This is awesome." Kind of cheesy, but this moment really encapsulates Ash's whole existence, and probably the whole point of the Sun and Moon series. He's really there just to have fun. Winning or losing is just part of the journey. What he really enjoys is the process. He thoroughly enjoys it. We've seen him lose countless times over the years as a trainer in multiple leagues, and even in the finals previously, but never was he a sore loser. He always gives it his all, lives with the results, and moves on. I think that is the key to his immortality or staying young after all these years. It's really just to enjoy the process and the results will come, as it finally did for Ash. In the final fight, Gladion abuses the counter move for close range attacks and Stone Edge for countering range attacks, while Ash tries to land a close hit, and at the very end, after getting countered countless times, Ash's own Lycanroc ends up using counter to counter his opponent's counter move at the very end to land the KO. Funny how Ash's Lycanroc is able to get up after getting hit so many more times than Gladion's Lycanroc. If we're talking strat, Gladion definitely had the better strat coming into the battle, but I guess Ash was able to adapt on the fly and counter a counter with a counter. So even though Gladion was probably the stronger opponent of the two, if you put yourself in the ring, you give yourself a fighter's chance. Gladion immediately goes over to congratulate Ash on his win. We see Ash's mom and his real dad super proud. Ash gets presented the trophy and tells Pikachu to check it out. Pikachu sniffs it and just looks at Ash. But Ash is already looking forward to the next match with the Masked Royal. Again, Ash is happy that he won, but what's on his mind is definitely the next battle, continuing the process. The anime hasn't ended. As Guzzlord invades the arena, there's still more Pokemon to come before the Sun and Moon anime concludes. So really, this isn't the end of the journey yet for Ash, even if he doesn't come back the next series. But after all these years journeying with Ash through different regions, maybe we were all just too fixated on him needing to win to prove himself as a Pokemon trainer. Maybe he's the one that's been doing it right this whole time and we didn't even notice. Anyways, what did you guys think of Ash's first Pokemon League Championship win? And do you think Ash will be coming back as the main character in the Pokemon Sword and Shield's anime now that he's actually won a Pokemon League? As usual, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thumbs up the video, subscribe for more What's Up in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.